Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Aman back again with another GTA Online video. And in this video, guys, I'm gonna show you the best ways to make money in GTA Online, especially if you're starting the game this week. So the first way, and one of the 5 best ways to make money in GTA is gonna be the security contract missions, guys. All you have to do is go to your agency, go to the laptop you see on the screen right now, click on it, and when you go inside, go to security contract and choose one of the 3 contracts that it shows on the screen right now. They are double money and RP in this week, so benefit from that. Do as many as you can because they only take a few minutes to complete. One of my favorites is gonna be the recover valuables because it's one of the easiest one, as well as the vehicle recovery one. But any other one in general gonna pay you double money and RP this week. But if you don't have an agency, guys, all you have to do is pick up your phone and GTA Online, go to the website, then go to Dynasty 8 and foreclosures, and then go to Dynasty Executives. Press on it, enter a website. You can buy one of the 4 agencies you see on the screen right now. I have this one here on Vespucci Canals, but there is 3 other ones: the Rockford Hills, the Little Seoul, and the Hawick. But the one I prefer the most is gonna be the Vespucci Canals. It's the one I have right now. You click on it and you buy it. It's gonna cost around 2.2 million, I believe, without any renovations on it. You don't need any renovations on this agency if you don't have the money to do it because you're a new player or you ran out of money buying vehicles and everything else. You only have to buy the agency itself. After you do that, you go to the laptop I showed you on the screen right now. When you enter from the agency on from the first floor over here, and you go from here, you go inside your laptop in your office over here. As I mentioned, you sit there, you click on your computer here, and then choose one of the 3 contracts I showed you, one of the 3 security contracts I showed you over here, and you press on it, and you press accept contract, and you do it. I believe there is no cooldown on these security contracts, so it's a really good thing to do, especially this week because they are double money and the RP. So guys, as for the second way to make money this week is gonna be the DAX missions, or the Fooligan jobs as they are called. And all you have to do that is go to your phone, go to contacts, then go to Dax and give him a call, and it will show you 2 options: either request a job or request transportation. All you have to do is request work, and basically it's gonna give you random jobs to do in the map, and it takes you around 10 to 15 minutes. But since they are triple money and RP this week, it's gonna pay you 150,000, which is good money for 10 to 15 minutes. Unfortunately, there is a 48-minute cooldown on each job you do, but there is a glitch I can show you in the upcoming video before Rockstar patches it, which you can skip the 48-minute cooldown. You can do the work each 10 to 15 minutes basically, and it pays you 150,000, which is really good money. And the second part of this second way, best way to make money, is gonna be the first dose missions, guys. And it has a link to the third best way to make money in this one. So I'm just going step by step on this one so you can understand perfectly. And all you have to do that, if you already didn't do the first dose missions, it's gonna show you on the map an R symbol over here in the run shop. I believe it's gonna be right over here somewhere in this area. You go there, you go inside the shop, and you do the first those missions. Its name is gonna be Welcome to the Troop. That's the first dose missions you do, and these first dose missions, there's a total of 6. They're gonna pay you triple money and RP this week, which I believe is gonna be around 60,000 for each one of them, which is pretty good considering the third best way to make money, which I'll explain in a bit. If you already have done all the first those missions, if you want to do them again or help a friend to do them and explain them the situation, all you have to do is go to this D symbol over here on the map, which refers to Dax, and you click on it and you press E on it, and it shows you a mission to do, which is called Welcome to the Troop, which is the one I mentioned before, which will show you are on the map. But since you already did it, you have to repeat it on in this particular spot. So as for the third best way to make money in this game, is gonna be none other than the Acid Lab, which has a link to the second best way to do it, to make money, which is the first dose missions. Because in order to get this Acid Lab in particular, you have to do all the first dose missions, all 6 of them, in order to unlock this vehicle. And after you do the first those missions and unlock this vehicle, you have to pay 750,000 to unlock the equipment inside of of this Acid Lab. And basically this works pretty similar to the other businesses in the game, as the Meth Lab, cocaine, and the other many businesses in the game. So basically when you go inside the Acid Lab, it will show you this screen over here. Will show you a new contact guy, which is called Mutt, and when you go to Mutt, you can either buy supplies or post production, or steal supplies as well, but you can only do that in the inside the freak shop, not outside of it. Or either call Mutt outside of the Acid Lab as a contact guy. I'm gonna show you on the phone right now. You can call Matt outside of the Acid Lab, because you can't call him inside because he is already next to you. But the best way to make money with this is basically buy supplies, in my opinion, not stealing them. Because if you steal supplies, it's gonna only fill up 1/5 of the bar of the supplies you see down there on the right hand side in the screen. Only a fifth of the bar. But if you buy all the supplies, which costs a bit of money still, it's gonna fill up all your supplies bar. But it's much more worth it, because I'm gonna show you a graphic bar in the end of this video that I'm gonna explain all the businesses, how much money you spend on it and how much you profit from spending it. Basically, after you do buy supplies and fill up the supply bar over here, you go to this section over here where it says press to sell acid. Mine is only valued as 440,000 right now, but when it's full and upgraded, it's gonna fill up to 335k. If it's not upgraded, it's gonna be 230k. So it's still a pretty good money and to do this business. But in order to gain more money from this, you have to sell it in a public lobby of 25 and more people, because if you do that in a non-upgraded Acid Lab, you will get 367,000 compared to 235, and in an upgraded Acid Lab, you're gonna get 502,000 instead of 335,000, which is a pretty good chunk of money gained if you sell it in a public lobby, which is pretty safe because I do that all the time. I don't sell the Acid Lab in a private session. So make sure to do it in a public lobby of 25 or more people. If you sell it with a few or less people, because every one person in your lobby, which will give you around 1 or 2% of the total stock you sell in that lobby. So basically around $8,000, I believe, for each one individual in that lobby. So basically Rockstar gonna bring you the Brigade 6x6, which is this vehicle's name, in the Warstock cash and carry in the future. I believe you can buy that instead of doing all the 6 first those missions over here, which takes a pretty good amount of time, 2 hours in the beginning, since it's the first time you're gonna do it. Or if you have done it before, it's gonna take much less than that. So as for the second best way to make money in GTA, it's going to be none other than the Kosatka guys and the Cayo Perico heist. And all you have to do and have in order to do the Cayo Perico heist is go to your website and buy the Kosaka, which costs around 2.2 million to buy it. In general, I already have mine because it's already full upgraded, and I bought it in the first place with fully upgraded. But you don't have to do that because there is a lot of customizations here that are not needed, especially the sonar station and guided missiles only for fun. The only ones you have to buy, in my opinion, are gonna be the Kosaka itself and the Sparrow, because you're gonna need that a lot in your while you're doing your prep missions, basically. And after you buy the Kosaka for 2.2 million, you go to this section over here in the submarine. While you see Palvin, your no contact machine guy, over there, the technician of the submarine, you go here and press E on the submarine, which costs you around 25,000 every time you do the to start up the Cayo Perico. Has already paid mine, so when you show up on the screen over here, will show you two different things: gather intel and secondary targets. Which means if you go and gather intel the first time in the Cayo Perico heist, you gather primary targets and secondary targets. Every first time a new individual does the Cayo Perico heist, they always get the Madrazo files. Every single person in the game always gets the Madrazo files the first time they do Cayo Perico heists, which gets you around 1.1 or 1.2 million, I believe, for the Madrazo files without the secondary targets. But if you get and scoop out the secondary targets, you'll get around 400 to 500,000 more money, adds up to the 1.1 million, which gives you around 1.5 to 1.6 million in total money to get from the Cayo Perico heists. But before you do all that and you do the finale, you have to gather intel first. After you gather the intel, as you see in the screen right now, you have to get basically all the infiltration points needed to do that, and the escape points, compound entry points, and points of interest as well. And after you complete the gather intel mission, you're gonna go to the next section, which is locked on my screen right now because I didn't do the gather intel yet. It will show you prep missions to do in order to do the finale, which is there is only 5 mandatory ones to do because they're gonna show you more than that. I believe there's 10 total missions you can do, but there's only 5 mandatory ones you have to do in order to do the finale in the end. So that basically this is the Cayo Perico heist, and one of the best ways, if not the best, to make money in this game, which only costs you 2.2 million for the Kosaka, but it's 100% worth it. But unfortunately, there is a 2.5 hour cooldown in order to do each Cayo Perico heist, which is a bit unfortunate. That's what Rockstar wants, I guess. But if you do it with a team, which is optional for you, you can do that. You can do it every 48 minutes in the game. So as for your last best way to make money in the game, in my opinion, is gonna be none other than your other businesses, your motorcycle club businesses in particular. And to get a motorcycle club, all you have to do is go to your phone right here and go to the website as usual and go to Maze Bank foreclosures and enter the website, and you will see over here the nightclubs shown. The nightclubs are shown on the map over here. One of them is this one, is the one I have already, which is the cheapest one, I believe, on the map in general, and it's free for me because I have the criminal enterprise pack. But if you don't have it, even so, buy this location because it's the cheapest one and the most beneficial one. It costs you around 200,000, I believe. But if you don't want to buy this location over here, the second best option I can give you is the one on Sandy Shores Clubhouse, which will cost you 210,000, or the one over here on downtown Vinwood Clubhouse, which costs you a hefty amount of money, 472,000. but it's one of the best ones, so it's 100% worth it. So those are the three best locations to buy in the clubhouse. So as for the business itself, you're gonna go over here to the computer over here and sit down, just like the agency before. You go inside your computer, and it's gonna show you a screen over here, which is all the businesses that you own basically. And I only own three of them because they are the best ones to gain money from. But if you want to buy more businesses, you go to this section over here and buy a business. You can buy any other business in any other location you want added to the one you have or the ones you have already. But the ones I recommend are these three over here: the counterfeit cash, the meth lab, and the cocaine lockup, because these three are the most beneficial ones to make money. Basically, these three are the ones that gives you more money than the other two businesses that are available, which is document forgery and weed farm. In my personal experience, you have to sell these businesses in a private sessions, because griefers are everywhere, modders are everywhere. You have to be safe to do it, and I don't trust any other public lobby to do this business sales. So basically, this works as just like the acid lab business. You buy supplies or you steal supplies. But in my opinion, it's better to buy supplies in these three businesses over here. I'll show you a graph on the screen right now, which shows you how much money you have to spend in these businesses in order to get a full stock of each business, including the acid lab that I mentioned before in the beginning, so you can understand more of the situation of these businesses and why they are the best compared to the other two I showed you in the screen right now, and I showed you before in this video. So basically, these are the best ways to make money in GTA right now, and especially this week, since the other ways are triple and double money and RP this week. In my opinion, these are still and gonna be the best ways to make money in GTA for many months to come, and until Rockstar gives you another really beneficial business or heist in order to get a lot of money from it. You have to think it like this: what's the least amount of money you can spend on a business which gives you a lot more money than to spend more money to get a business that gives you the least amount of money. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, leave a thumbs up and subscribe. There's more GTA Online videos to come in the future, and see you in the next one.